content, what does that mean to you? We think of shooting videos, writing articles, doing social media posts. All of that is content. And content is how you communicate with your audience. I'm Juliet Samuel, and welcome to Beauty Business Blueprint. When we talk about content in the environment today with social media, blogs, your videos, your audios, all of that is content. And when you're creating your content, it's a good idea to have a strategy in place. And what does the strategy help you do? It helps you plan out what you're going to talk about, how often you're going to post what you're talk about, where you're going to post it, whether it's on a blog, whether you have a Substack, with your website, if you are at that point right now, or whether you'll post it on social. And all of us have a way of sharing the content if we're in business. Even if you're new, you're looking at Instagram or Pinterest or Facebook. And in the social media environment, what do you do with the content that you're creating? Well, you've got reels and you've got carousels and you've got stagnant posts. So, with that environment, what kind of information goes there? Well, in your reels, you might set it up so that it becomes a continuous flow. That may be 3 to 5 different frames that are moving forward. In just a stagnant post on social, it becomes an image. Like in Pinterest, it's an infographic. On Instagram, it's one stable block of content where you're talking about maybe 3 things that help you move from your morning regimen, and it's different at your night regimen. So your content is put together so that you're sharing information, but more importantly, in your sharing, you're teaching your clients what to do and you're helping them move from point A to point B. Example, you've got dry skin. So, how does dry skin how does your content, I should say, help your clients with dry skin? Well, you're going to talk about what type of ingredient maybe will help with more moisture or greater hydration. Do they need an oil-based cleanser or do they need a cream-based cleanser? And when you're talking about those differences in a cleanser, that's content that's educating your market on the type of products that are needed for the different skin types. And it also enables you to segue a link to a product that you offer. So your content is to educate as well as to help you convert them into sales. When you're working with a blog post, it gives you more room, so to speak, because the shortest post should be no less than 400 words. So in a 400-word blog post, you can give a quick introduction to the subject matter you're talking about. You can then also talk about a specific product or a specific ingredient, and then you can link to that product so that it can introduce or hopefully convert them to a sale. So your content is put in place so that it takes the viewer, who is your market, from the introduction of who you are or who the product is, into the education of what the product is, and then ultimately into the sale of what the product is. You also use content with email marketing. When you're building your list, and building your list, you're going to offer a certain type of document that offers them information, and in exchange for their email address, they're going to want you to send them something that's going to help them knowledge-wise. That becomes a piece of information known as the lead magnet. And that lead magnet is what's used to offer value to the person that you're wanting to share more knowledge with. And in exchange for that, they offer you, with permission, their email address. Their email address is now part of how you communicate with them on a weekly basis, per se. And that weekly basis is going to be content that introduces them maybe to a new product, a master class, a special offer for maybe a given holiday or birthday. And with that, you're formulating a content that's going to educate, make them feel as though they're learning from you. And as they learn from you, that particular information is going to start building a certain level of authority in their mind psychologically. And as long as it helps, they will stay with you. But if they feel as though you are just trying to ultimately sell, likely that they'll stay with you over a long period of time. Your job with your content is to make sure that you show value, that you are providing information with them in mind, speaking to a given challenge. And with that information, it's going to ultimately have them trust what you're saying and lead to your sale. So your content is not just something that you want to think quickly through. You want to have a strategy of how you put it together. Blog post, video, audio, because people have different ways of learning. And it can be the same information. Your blog post can become a video. It can be shorter, maybe 7 to 8 minutes of quick tips. It can also become an audio that may be a bit longer, maybe 12 to 15 minutes. And with audio, what happens when people they don't have time to sit in front of the video, but they want to hear what you have to say. The audio becomes the choice, whether you're driving, whether you're walking, whether you're working out in the gym. It's a way of having the information in front of them, and your content can take on different forms. So understanding that content ultimately educates, helps build authority, and also offers a way to convert into sales, it becomes a driving factor of how you communicate effectively with your clients. We've created a body of content, and it's the lead magnet. And it's a way of seeing by example. When I talk to you about something, it's going to be based on what we've already done or how we've put something together so that you can see it in real time. It's selling beauty products online, 9 core elements to help you get started. And that's a piece of content that's going to introduce you to 9 things that we did to help us get a foundation online. Choosing our niche, that's who you're going to talk to. You may be doing products that speak to men's beards, men's facials, and men's care, grooming care, hair care. You may do a product that speaks to mature women. Mature women deal with fine lines and wrinkles, dry skin discoloration, dark spots, uneven skin tone. Whatever it is, that's your niche. We speak about email marketing. That's how you stay in touch on a weekly basis with who you're talking to. You talk about a website. Your website is how you present yourself on a platform that enables you to have a product ready for sale when you offer a way for them to have an avenue to purchase based on what you've talked about. All of those things are part of you having your content in place and having a way for your market to be able to resonate with you. The 9 core elements are there. It's a template that we've put in place for you, and you can literally take that template and start going through it and answering the questions so that it'll make life easier for you to move from point A to point B. When you're moving from your treatment room into the online space, there are a lot of moving parts. So, with those moving parts, we've made an attempt to simplify them for you so that you will have a quicker way and a much easier way, language wise, to move into the space without a lot of TikTok. So grab your copy. It's free. The link will be in the description. And we hope to see you next week in another presentation. Take care.